Good afternoon, my name is Steve Pretorius and I work for Sharp Electronics Europe, manufacturers of technology which is being widely adopted into the care space, education space and other business corporate workspaces. Now particularly, the reason you're watching this video is to get a bit of an idea or flavour of what the Sharp Interactive Touch Table can offer you. Now there's going to be two parts to this video. The one part will be a coverage of the hardware, so a brief overview of the hardware, and the second part will take a closer look at some of the software applications which can be used on the table and how easy it is to access different types of software applications. So without further ado and just going straight into it, what you are first and foremost, what you are looking at is the Sharp Interactive Table. Now the Sharp Interactive Table on its own is a 40-inch touchscreen. So this over here is a completely 40-inch 10-point touchscreen using PCAP touch technology. PCAP touch technology is the #1 touch technology in the market. So extremely responsive and extremely accurate. If you are using a smart mobile phone touchscreen phone, then you are using a capacitive touchscreen already. So very common, and again, just bringing a similarity there. The only difference is this is a much larger display. Furthermore though, and additionally, we've had to design and put solutions together that are suitable for the environments that they go into, and this particular product is actually went through a number of certification tests. And today, just to make you a little bit more comfortable with the table and also certainly with using the table, I've been to many care homes specifically before where users can be a bit reluctant to use the table or very cautious to use the table. Just to make you comfortable with that, I just want to talk about this screen. Not only is it high quality, but it's also tough and glass. To demonstrate that, I'll show you how I can give it a quick little bang, and as you can see, it holds up quite well. It's obviously been through a number of tests, which actually includes dropping a ball, a 1.5-pound ball, to the absolute center point of the screen, 1.5 meters away. And that's just a little durability test that we do on all of our products to make sure that they are suitable for the spaces that they go into. Another feature I'll talk about, and I'll just grab my keys for this one. The actual surface of the display is also scratch resistant. So I'm sure you can see that, or hear that rather. As you can see, scratch resistant surface, tough and glass, and that's all accompanied by a wooden surrounding which is finished. It's an oak wooden surrounding which is finished off with some linseed oil, and it's also FSC sourced, which simply means that for every tree cut down, a new tree is planted in its place. So that's a brief overview of the screen, the material that's used to manufacture the solution, and also some strength and durability information to get you comfortable with using the table. A few other things I want to talk about, and that's just specifically talking about the design. If you are tuning in, I am specifically presenting to you from my hallway at home. So I am in my socks. We've got a no shoes in the house rule. So what you have got over here, and what you will see, is at the bottom we've got lockable wheels. There are 4 lockable wheels, 2 on either end of the table, and that just means that now the table is sturdy and cannot be moved. Of course, that's if we've got it in a fixed location. If we want the unit to be completely mobile, then again it's just as simple as unlocking the wheels and then the solution becomes completely mobile. Now there are 2 versions of the table. We've got what we call a fixed height table, and then we've also got a high-low version. Now the solution that I have in my hallway at home, which I'm using for presentation purposes, is actually a high-low solution. Now any other day or any other time in our life, I'd be in a showroom delivering this presentation, but our showrooms are not currently open yet. So just to demonstrate the high-low features, I'll just very quickly show you that the table can actually go up and down. It's got a maximum height of 1.7 meters, and in order to control the height, I'm just using a simple high-low button at the back. And obviously, as you can see, it's still completely mobile, and I can still interact and engage with the content on the display. Now, I'm going to bring that down just slightly, and I'm actually going to keep it up in its raised orientation. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about this panel at the bottom here. So inside this unit is actually a battery pack, and this particular battery pack, once charged, gives you an 8 to 9 hour runtime. So that simply means that this whole solution is actually an all-in-one solution, which means that this power cable, which is actually plugged into the battery pack at the bottom here, if I remove that, that now means that we've got a completely mobile solution which is cable free. Okay, so again, as you can see, I'm just wheeling that, and I've got that into a nice simple position where I can now continue using it. Now, the table is obviously used for residents, but staff also use the table too. Again, for brainstorming, any internal meetings that you need a tool for to enhance collaboration. This is the perfect solution for you. Now, specifically talking a bit more just about the hardware over here. As you can see, not only have we got lockable wheels, not only have we got a built-in battery pack which turns the solution into a completely mobile solution, not only have we got the 40-inch PCAP or projected capacitive touch display, but we've also got an integrated Android operating system. So your integrated Android operating system is neatly tucked in into the molds which have been carefully designed to store the Android PC, if you like. There's some additional USB ports on the left to access, which you can use for adding a camera. So if you want to use this for two-way communications with, let's say, a resident and a loved one, that can also be possible. There's also a memory card slot. The memory card slot actually allows you to expand the onboard 12 gigabyte memory to 44 gigabyte memory in total, so about a further 32 gigs, and that's just a micro SD card. Additionally, and I won't be able to show you this now, or I won't show it to you on this video, but underneath the table you've also got access to two more USB ports. These USB ports, specifically that USB port on the left, can also be used for any videos and images. So if you've got a loved one that has sent through some music which their family member really likes, some videos, some pictures which you want to go through on a one-to-one session when the care assistant may be working with a resident, then it's very simple to just plug and pop that USB stick into the left, into the USB port, and then just very quickly I can access the settings menu, and once I've accessed the settings menu, all I need to go into is the storage and USB section, where I can now open up that file and access those pictures and that information. Now that's just a brief overview of the hardware. Of course, as I mentioned to you, there will be questions, there will be things that I won't show in this, but there will also be questions which you may be thinking of right now after looking at this video. So if you have got any questions, please reach out and I'll make sure that I answer all those questions. Now, the second bit, and I suppose probably the more important bit, moving on to the software, and just giving you a flavour for what we have on the table, what I've certainly downloaded. As you can see, I've got quite a few folders already on the screen. So I'm just going to show you how this works quickly. I've actually created a folder over there. I'm just going to drag these files out the folder just so you can get an idea of how I've actually put this all together. So as you can see, we've now got 4 separate applications: animal sounds, grey matter, the flower garden, matching pairs for Alzheimer's, and that's that one over there. But I'll just show you very quickly just to neaten up my home screen, because as you can see, this is an aesthetically pleasing or a home screen that creates a bit of ambience in the environment, and it is fully interactive. So what we can do to create a folder is just simply, I can drag and drop these files or these applications to create that folder, and just like that we've actually got a completed folder filled with content. Now, to show you some of the content that I have, I've actually got a set list of applications which I like to run through. Obviously Magic Fluids is fantastic because this allows me to generate that 10-point touch experience, which, as you can see, just very simply and easy like that, I can generate 10 points of touch. So that's a sensory-based application. Of course, there are many other sensory-based applications which you may want to use. Actually, an example of that, and I'll just swipe over to the right side, we've got some more applications on this side, is the fireworks application. So very quickly, I can start a fireworks show, and what you'll see is I can actually create the firework experience, right? So again, there are different ways to create that experience. Obviously, I've just enabled audio there. So but depending on what applications you're using, some applications will be primarily visual based, which means they create that visual experience. However, some applications may be more audio and visual based. So when you do touch the screen, then you get that visual experience along with an audio feedback. And then obviously the touching gives you the kinesthetic experience. So I'm often always talking about VAK. We all engage, learn, and understand and receive information in different ways. Whether you're a kid or whether you're an adult, no matter what stage of the life you are at, we all learn visually, auditory, and kinesthetically. And this interactive touch table gives you access to learning and engaging through all those sensory channels. That's visually, auditory, and kinesthetically. Now, again, as you can see, this is just the firework example that I was talking about. We can all get together and create a firework show, which is a lot of fun. Away from that, there are some other applications, and that's just taking you away from the sensory bit. Of course, we've got Sensory Baby, we've got my Barrier Reef 3D, which is all more sensory based. Away from that, we've got some other cool applications. Now, Puzzle Crown is actually a personal favorite. So I'm just very quickly going to open up Puzzle Crown. And just by the way, all these applications which I'm showing you, they're all free of charge. You can download them straight. Hey, I've got a little reward waiting for me. There we go. I'll just collect that. Thank you. I think I may have completed a puzzle on a few of these presentations that I've put together already. But all these applications are free and downloadable via the Play Store or via an app store, as you would do from your mobile phone when downloading an application. Now, I've already started this puzzle, and I believe I actually started this puzzle on a call today. But if you just can take a closer look here, just so we can see, you've got setting options. So we've got classic, figural, spiral. I can enable piece rotation, obviously get more points for piece rotation. You've got different numbers of pieces. So if you want to build for a couple of weeks, then you want to go for the 660 piece puzzle. If you're presenting like me, you probably want to go for the 35 piece puzzle and hit the continue button. And when you hit the continue button, what you're already hearing come through now is some background music, okay? So not only is that background music stimulating, but it just adds to the effects that the puzzle application gives us. On the right hand side over here, as you can see, I've got all these puzzle pieces to select from, and very easily all I'm doing is I'm just selecting a piece, dragging and dropping that over. Again, selecting a piece, dragging and dropping that over. Now, I'm obviously not going to be able to build the puzzle for us today. Well, I can try to put a few pieces together, but this is just to show you the experience of what to expect. Obviously, we can adjust our volume levels by very easily just hitting the volume button, or we can lower that down a little bit. So you have got all your speakers built in. If you're having a one-to-one experience, if a resident has got hearing challenges, then you can actually plug in plugging a headset into the audio jack underneath the table as well. So you've got the full experience there. I know that piece goes in there. I think that's a simple enough. Goodness me, what else can we put together here? See if I can find another piece or two. Maybe a little bit difficult for me, but we'll give it a go. I think that one goes in there. Maybe that goes in there. There we go. Right, so I'll take this piece because this is an odd one out at the moment. So I'll just put that back in my stash. As you can see, nice and easy to do that. And if I hit my menu option and I hit ghost image, you can actually see it actually creates a background ghost image. Okay. Alternatively, if I want to remove that ghost image, I just put that off, and I can actually have a preview image where that actually gives me a preview of the tiger or the image that I'm busy putting together. So there's different ways to build your puzzle. There's different ways to be creative. Um, Obviously, the best way to actually put a puzzle together is to first of all foremost select the puzzle that you're interested in, and then get used to the tools that you have access to, so that you can put that puzzle together. So I'm just going to exit out of that. Again, as I mentioned, that's just another application. Probably spoke a lot about that particular app because I really like it. But when you go on the Play Store, you'll find that there are hundreds of thousands of puzzle applications which you can download. And yes, they are all free, which is obviously fantastic. I've got other things like BBC iPlayer, Netflix, Skype. The table's actually certified and works with Skype and Zoom, which is fantastic. Spotify is there as well if you want to listen to some music or search any particular music. We've got chess checkers, we've got Wheel of Fortune, we've got Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, we've even got word searches and trivia quizzes and solitaire. Find the Difference is another one of my personal favorite applications. Now, again, a little bit of pressure on me, so I need to select one that's probably a little bit easier for me to get through here. But these are all different spot the difference puzzles. And what you'll see is just very quickly by simply, let's say I select the roses over there. Just simply by selecting that, as you can see, it gives me a split screen, and I now need to identify the differences in the roses. So this is going to be a little bit challenging, but I'll try and get there. I think there's a missing cherry over there. So I've got one, and as you can see, that actually creates a circle on both sides to say that you've identified the difference. There's a difference over there. Guarantee you there's a color difference somewhere. Let's see, there's something missing over there. Right up. There's the color difference I was talking about. There's always one. Obviously, I'm not gonna actually spend too much time finding the last difference. But I want to say every image has 5 differences. And if I just hit my magic wand will actually highlight roughly where the other difference is, and I can see there's a missing leaf over there. And once I've completed that, it gives me a reward, whether it's bronze, silver, or gold. Silver in this instance, and that's because I've used my wand, so that's automatic silver reward. But it also tells me I've completed the puzzle in 1 minute, and the average user's time is 1 minute and 9 seconds. And then just very quickly by hitting the next button, that takes me straight onto the next image. And as you can see, we've got penguins on a beach over here. And there's over 700 different spot the difference images. Away from that, there are probably 700 different spot the difference applications. So quite a lot to get through. You're never going to be short on activities, put it that way. I suppose one other thing I'll show you, and I don't know if you got the full experience when you've been on one of our calls, but the application that I wanted to talk about was actually Let's Create Pottery. Right, so I can't find it in the menu there. Let's just go into my app list, and there it is, Pottery. Right, so again, this is just an example. There are many different pottery-based applications online. Very quickly, I hit Create Pottery. On the left here, you can see that I've actually got an image of the pottery that I need to create. Obviously that's all pinch zoom, so I've got full control of that and where I want that on the screen. We've got some background noises, as you can hear the birds are chirping. And very quickly, I can start dragging and using the touch screen, and I can start molding my pottery. So first thing is what I want to do is I want to get the height right. Then I want to start working on the shape. I should be a pro at this one by now because I've done this quite a few times already, and I'm guessing you're probably thinking the same thing when watching this video. It's tricky to get the 5 stars. As you can see over there, I'm actually being rated right now. I need to get 5 stars for this image. So, right, let's see if we can widen this out a little bit, maybe make it a bit taller. Right, okay. I'm struggling to get the 5 stars, but I'll accept 4 stars, particularly for this demonstration. Hit up the firing process. So that then goes through its firing process, turns it into a solid pot, if you must. To put those flowers that I was spotting the difference in not too long ago. And just like that, we've got completed pottery, and I can obviously rotate and have a look at my work of art. And then I can select a menu of brushes, colors, or ornament styles. Obviously, I'm going to go with the color section. Select your color, and very quickly you can see that I can start painting the pottery according to a design of my choice. And that's all just using the touchscreen. I'll just put a light little layer on that and finish it off with nice dark tip surrounding. Exit that, and then I just ready it up with my thumbs. So just like that, we've now got completed pottery. I can obviously view this at all the different angles just simply by using the screen. And then on your Android menu button at the bottom here, not only can you control the volume, not only can you minimize content very easily, not only can you just very quickly jump to your home screen and then bring your content back, of course, but you can actually use the screenshot button. And by hitting the screenshot button, you've actually screenshot that piece of work that perhaps a resident has spent lots of time on. And then I can visit my gallery section, and my gallery section is eluding me, there it is. And I can visit my gallery section and actually go and view all the content all the content I've saved. As you can see, I've created quite a bit of pots, as you would have seen before I went into this image. But the most important bit is I can actually, now that I've screenshotted, I can actually share that via Bluetooth, via email. I can even hit the 3 dots in the top right corner, and that actually allows me to print that out. So again, that's printing section. And if you look at the share section, we've got Bluetooth and email as well, that you can share these images directly from the table on. And away from that, if you wanted to, let's say, put together a USB stick or USB file of everything the resident has done, you can plug your USB stick in, and all your screenshots can actually be copied directly and straight over to that USB stick from the Sharp interactive table. So that's just a bit of an overview of the table. Obviously, as I mentioned to you, there's tons more to show you. There's tons more applications. There's a lot of little cool things like securing and locking the table down so that when someone's using the table, that no one else or particularly a resident can't escape from a particular application, so that they would be stuck on that application, using that application, unless of course you show them how to unlock it and you want to teach them any pins or unlock codes. Obviously those are all optional security measures depending on your space. Every KM is different. I've learned that over the last 12 months. I can definitely say that it's been an amazing experience for me. But yes, that's an overview. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. And as I mentioned, if you've got any questions about the hardware, the software, you know where I am. That's Stephen Pretorius, stephen.pretorius@sharp.eu. Contact me at any time. Take good care and have a fantastic week further. Bye-bye.